Okay, it's recording now for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. And let me see here. So
What's the charm that's going on?
that's in the back here.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn
Don't worry about
Well,
it. I thought maybe it was coming over the speaker.
Good morning. This is Lauren Mays. I'm in for Larissa Place with the Texas Department of Agriculture.
Lauren Mays for Texas Department of Agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Um,
Just a reminder again, flood group members need to turn your cameras on.
okay. So, just for agriculture, okay. Okay, so right now we've got Dr. Shane, we have Dave Hall, we have Marvin Gomez, we have Lauren Mays as a non-voting member. Who else do we have on the line?
Annette, this is Javier Acosta. I'm here.
Oh, hi, Javier. Are you going to be able to have your camera
He
on?
turned it on. It's
Okay.
on.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Sorry about that. I
Good
can't-
morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. This is
Hi, Dr.
Opobo Bora, USIBWC. I'll be here for 1 hour. 10 o'clock, I have another binational meeting.
Okay.
And somehow in office today it is code red, so it's a mask is mandatory.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so so far I have Dr. Shane, I have Javier, and I have Dave.
Gilbert's not on here yet, is he?
No, Gilbert. Alejandro, is Gilbert Andujo going to be joining us?
You know what? He's having technical difficulties. He had an issue with his computer. He's barely he's in Austin right now, so he's barely joining at the Austin office. So he might be setting up a little bit.
Hey guys, I'm on here real quick. I'm just sorry about that. I am having technical issues, and can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Gilbert.
Y'all can hear me, right? I'm gonna be in and out.
Yes.
All right, is somebody?
I'll be on here, and I'm here to be as much as I can answer. Okay, guys, and that's what Alejandra's here for too.
No, we're just going to be asking questions.
Okay. All right.
So right now I've got Dr. Shang, I've got Javier, I've got Dave, I have Marvin. I have 4 members, and I need 3 more voting members. Did I miss anybody from the voting members?
Just Sal is not.
Did you get me? Anita is Sal Masood.
Oh, Sal, thank you, Sal. Okay, I've got Sal, that's 5.
There's Sal on camera also,
Thank you, Sal.
and Giselle is not up.
No, but Marvin's
Oh,
her
Marvin's
proxy.
in for her. Okay, all right.
Okay, let me, I know that Gilbert Salvania had a family emergency, so he said that I could ask for his proxy, Sal Alonso, to join us, so let me go ahead and tell him that we need him here. Okay, so let's make the assumption that we've got Sal coming in. Trying to see who else we should be expecting. Let me try Jeff and see if he's going to be joining us. I think Levi said that he was not going to be available. Okay, let's see. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Sorry, folks, because if we can hold on tight. We've got 5 members, we need 2 more. Anyone new just joined, just to check? And Richard, just to be clear, we're not allowed to meet informally if we don't meet quorum. Just to have those who are interested to talk about the chapters with their consultants where the public's able to view. Would that be a concern?
For the public's concern, since this meeting was posted as a full group meeting, then a quorum of the full group should be present to take any actions. And from TWDB's perspective, we kind of think that as well as discussion as well. So if there is discussion going on where there isn't a quorum of the posted meeting, then I would need to go ahead and hop off the meeting.
Okay. Okay.
So that doesn't preclude us from being able to talk about issues related to the chapters? As long as we don't make any, I mean, we're not making decisions, we're just making comments to the contractor?
I will leave that up to you all and your legal interpretation of the Open Meetings Act. But how we have been responding to situations across regions is that just TWDB can't participate in meetings where isn't a quorum.
I think that we're coming up at 9:11, and if, or it's 9:12 right now. We need those 2 members. I think we can give ourselves maybe another 3 minutes, and if we don't get those other 2 members on, I think that because it's recorded and it's for the public to view, because we can have this posted on our website, we can allow our members to ask questions of the consultants. Water Development will not be present, but it's just clarifying questions.
Yeah, that's all.
And there won't be any action at all taken. It's just, again, giving you an opportunity to ask the consultants for any kind of clarification, or I guess that's really all it is just clarification. So
yeah.
Annette, may I add, this is Sal Masood. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if we do not have quorum today, this is going to result us having another meeting to replace this one for action. Am I correct?
Well, it's up to you all. I mean, there's one thing that
because whatever we discuss here and we give comments to the contractor, they're not going to be able to take action on those comments unless it was done with a full quorum. So I don't see the point of us even discussing things if the action cannot be taken.
Well, I guess maybe
Sal, let me comment. I think some of the things that I want to bring up are simply related to clarifying what is written in the text, and just questions about whether there's a misunderstanding or a correction needed. And that would be something that the contractor would make a decision on. They actually are going to end up agreeing or disagreeing with what we suggest. And then, because they have to finalize these chapters sometimes, so we really need to give them some insight as to whether we have any issues or not. You know, they're already, I won't say behind, but that, you know, we already only have chapters 1 and 2, you know, for this session. And we don't know necessarily if we're going to have all the chapters. And I know Gilbert's on there, he can comment, but we don't know if we're going to have all the chapters for the next meeting, which is currently scheduled for 13 July. So you're right. You're right, though. I'm not saying your comment's not correct.
And without
hey, Dave,
the Texas Water Development Board, again, if they're not present in the meeting, which, you know, as explained, they will have to hop off. Richard said he'll have to hop out. You know, I just see a repeat of this again. And we're all busy people. We all have things to do. And if we're going to repeat it in a week or 10 days, you know, I'm just saying, you know, for the sake of effectiveness here, for the sake of everybody.
If we don't do it today, probably the next time we would meet would be that 13 July for whatever chapters are distributed by that time.
Gilbert, just real quick, we're just asking, can you give us a timeline on the expected
we're expected to. Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
You know, I know we fell behind a little on chapter 3, but I know we're working on getting that one submitted. And Dave, to answer your question, we're working diligently to stay on schedule on submitting the other chapters before the review meeting, and give you guys enough time. So chapter 3 was behind, but everything else we're continuing to move along and trying to stay on schedule.
So just real quick, we do have Sal Alonso, who's Gilbert Saldana's proxy. So he just informed me that he is on the call. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we have 12 members. And we need.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Sal. For a simple majority, we need 7, and we're at 6. And I've already reached out to the remaining voting members. And I have not gotten Levi was not going to be available until 11, so that doesn't help us right now. Or 10 o'clock Mountain Time. Let's see. Well, let me ask this question. We can always start later, we just can't start earlier. For those who are present right now, how difficult will it be for you all to come back on at 10 o'clock Mountain Time, 11 Central? Because if Levi if he gets on the call at 11, then we'll have our 7 members. Sal,
I'm okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm okay.
Okay, so Dr. Shang's okay. Sal, what about you?
This
Starting
is at 10 o'clock in about 45 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'll be available.
You would be available, Sal. Okay, how about Mr. Masood?
I can't stay that long. I mean, if this meeting gonna be 2 hours or 2.5 hours, I've already got 9 till 11, and then I was gonna go on later, so I might have to hop off early.
I think if we can give ourselves just that 1 hour from 10 to 11, I think that that would be sufficient time. I think we can make a commitment to finish at 11 to be respectful of everyone's time. And then Marvin, what about you?
Yes, I'll be available.
Okay, and then I also have, let me see real quick. Dr. Shang, I have Sal Masood.
Remember, you had a proxy.
Javier, are you okay to come back on at 10?
Yeah, that's good for me. I do have a hard stop at 11.
Okay, no, we'll make that happen. Dave's here, and then Marvin said he can come back. Okay, so if you all want to, I'm going to leave it open, and Richard Vegans, is that, are you okay with, do you understand what we're doing? Is that all right?
As I'll join back on, or I'll probably keep on until there's a quorum at 11. So yeah, the discussion happening with a quorum present is acceptable.
Okay, I promise. We will not start until we have our 7. Okay. All right, thanks. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but we'll get it wrapped through. And 8 comments or anything else you want to say before we come back at 10?
Just to confirm, 10 o'clock Mountain Time, 11 o'clock Central Time.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So Gilbert, Andujo, and Alejandra, we're okay?
We're okay to join. Yes, we'll be here in about
Yeah,
40
good.
minutes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We're good to join.
Okay.
Okay, see you guys at 10.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm just putting it on. Let me tell
Did
Levi
it mute? It didn't mute.
up here. This one, it didn't mute this one. Hi, Richard.
Hello, hello.
Oh, yay. The man of the hour, Mr. Levi, saving the day.
Assuming everybody else comes
Yeah,
back.
assuming everybody else is back here.
Yeah, we
I have
didn't make it
confidence.
at 9 o'clock.
All right.
Are we on mute?
No. So. See, oh, yay, Marvin. Thank you, Marvin. Oops. Back. Here you go. Okay, Dr. Shang, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we need Sal Masood come back. Sal Alonso, Javier. There's Javier. Yay, Javier. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did
Sal?
you count yourself as well?
No.
You can't. Because you said you had a proxy for somebody.
I just need the 2 Sals.
Hey, good morning, Annette. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All
Good
right.
morning, Sal Alonso from El Paso County.
All right. Thanks, Sal. Appreciate it. Okay, so then, we just need Mr. Masood. We'll be ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We got 7.
Oh, you counted Richard.
No. So we got, okay, you're 1,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Yeah, we need 1 more.
Yeah, you counted Richard.
Richard, you're now an honorary voting member.
Sorry, I'm just non-voting.
We love the work that you do, so please don't be so shy and humble. Accept your position.
So waiting for Masood.
Yeah. Here. Don't tease me, Sal Masood. I mean.
Sal said he'd be back.
No.
No.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can wrangle Mr. Sal. There he is. Yay. Thanks, Sal.
Okay.
Okay, we are ready, Mr. Biggins. We have 7 voting members. And then,
I'll
let's see, go ahead. Oh, yes. So we can go ahead and get started.
Okay, Omar is not with us today, so I'm standing in for Omar. I'd like to call the Upper Rio Grande Flood Planning Group General Meeting for Thursday, June 30th, 10 a.m. to order. And ask if there are any public comments. Okay, being no public comments, let's move on to the item number 3, which is a review of chapters, and we have chapters 1 and chapter 2 available for review. I have some comments, but if there's anybody else that would like to get started, my comment is actually on the very first page. So do we want to go through by page, or how do we want to do it?
If I may, real quick, I'll go ahead and bring up chapter 1. And just to confirm, we do have Gilbert Andujo from AECOM and Alejandra here, so they can answer the questions that you all may have. And if it's, I think maybe what we can do, Dave, is we can allow everyone to ask their questions. So like you can ask a question, then move on to someone else, and then we'll just kind of do round robin.
Well, what I thought we might do is just go through in page sequence.
Okay.
And if there's comments on it, we'll just kind of go in sequence, and that way we don't jump back and forth through the document.
Okay.
I think that might be a better way to organize it.
And what we can do, if you all have your chapter 1 pulled up, mine's still trying to come up right now. So just to make sure we give each other, have enough time for everybody to get done by 11. So Dave, go ahead and ask your question. Just make a reference to the page number. And
okay, Gilbert, the introduction, which is on the first page, is listed as page 9 on both page 1 and 2. So you need to correct those pages to be 1 and 2 instead of page 9 for the introduction. And on the second page of the introduction, the third bullet down says food response information and activities, and I'm assuming that should be flood response and activities, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else have any comments on the introduction? Okay. The next several pages are maps. On into, okay, we're at page 5 now, and if there's nothing there, we'll just continue. What the next entry I have is on page 11. Does anybody have a comment before page 11? Okay.
One quick comment on 5, and I don't know if it matters too much, but on for my entity, it says LCA. That is the company I'm with, but I don't quite remember. One of my letters of recommendation came from Ector County for utilities, so I don't know how the flood planning group decided if I was LCA or Ector County in that regard.
well,
It's listed for Ector County.
Well, I think I'll get with you on that one, Levi. I'm the one who provided the information to the flood planning group. So let me just confirm with AECOM and Richard, just make sure that I'm listing that correctly for you.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, if nothing else, we'll go to page 11.
Hi, this is Tuping. Just quick comments. In terms of crop, because it's related to later pages, on page 8, you have agriculture land area about 118,000. Then later on, your crop, I think included grassland pasture as part of natural conservation. I'm not sure whether you're going to separate it or because it may cause confusions in terms of your cropland is much larger than agriculture. That's just keep in mind, we can discuss in table 9 in the later tables.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Gilbert, if you have any comments on any of these, please feel free to give them.
No, we'll do, and we're just here to take comments right now, Dave, and I'm listening in and just absorbing for right now.
Okay, if nothing else, I'm on page 11. The last paragraph on page 11, in the last sentence, Mexico, and I'm starting in the middle of the sentence, as water supply in New Mexico is heavily managed to meet the needs of communities in New Mexico, comma, Texas, comma, Mexico. Because they actually manage into all three of those allocations. And then I thought it might be useful to make a comment about the requirements from each of those entities. I mean, from the New Mexico area into Texas, 60,000 acre feet per year, Mexico, 60,000 acre feet per year, which I think are the numbers, assuming there's a full allocation, which there hasn't been for a long time. But those are basically, I think, considered to be irrigation allocations. And I don't know if that needs to be added or not, but I would certainly add comma Texas and New Mexico and Mexico.
Yes, sir.
And if anybody disagrees with something I'm saying here, please yell. I'm just throwing ideas out. Okay, my next comment is on page 18. Do we have anything on between 11 and 18? Okay.
Well, I just have one comment on page 11. I know we're
Okay.
listing some I really the storm 2006, I really that August 2001 storm. And I know you listed on the table the August 2021 storms of significance. I don't know if that would be something that you might want to throw there in the body of the paragraph, since it was pretty recent. I guess that I know it's identified in the table, but just some thought behind it.
So Marvin, what you're saying is kind of add a little bit of verbiage in the write up there in accordance with the August 2021 storms.
Yes.
Okay. We can look at doing that. Thanks, Marvin.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else between 11 and 16? Okay, let's go to page 16 then. I had some, I'm kind of wondering about table 1.7. I don't understand what the percentages are at the end of that. If you do NFIP participants of 22 out of 30 jurisdictions, that's actually 73%, not 80. If you do 18 NFIPs out of 23, that's 78%, not 100. So can we get an explanation of what the percentages are?
You know what, Dave? I have to go back and look at that. If we put them in there incorrectly, we'll check them. I need to go back and look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, in the verbiage above it references 73 and 78%. So that might have just been something on the table that didn't get carried over.
Yeah, if the active flood planning percentage is actually related to the numbers in the first and second columns, you know, even the third one, 5 and NA 100%, to me that would be 0%. So I'm just a little confused on that table.
So you'll take a look at that, Gilbert?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that table, Dave, to make sure it reads good and doesn't cause any confusion on that. Annette, do me a favor. Can you put up the chapters as we move along?
Yeah, if you all just, hopefully nothing will happen to us, but I gotta do a Control-Alt-Delete because it's stuck on my screen, so I need to, I've stopped sharing, so just keep going and I'll bring it up, but if you don't see us for a moment, speak.
Annette, I have it on my screen. This is Alejandra from Maycom. Do you want me to pull it?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes.
Please go ahead and start sharing. That'd be great. Thank you.
Thanks.
And you'll see
Sorry
my
about
notes
that.
I'm taking.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so that's page 16, okay. Is there a way to enlarge that a little bit? There you go, beautiful. Okay. All right, I don't have anything now until way back on, I don't even know the page number. It's quite a ways back to the rear, so let's just proceed. What's anybody got something? Let's go between 17 and 25.
Okay, now let's look at page 18. Study area crop acreage. Now you look at your hospice acreage. Definitely including your grass, pasture land, your agricultural cropland. So you might add explanation here because it doesn't match the figures you have in earlier table in terms of agriculture area.
Quick question on this table, just for clarification. In counties such as Andrews or Ector, are these acreages for just the portion within our floodplain group or the whole county?
It's in the floodplain, looks like.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
what
1% and 0.2%, the 100,
Yeah, it's for
200.
the
Yeah.
100 year and the 500 year in there. So.
Yeah, yeah.
But the 100 year and 500 year for the whole county, or just the portion of the county that's specific to our flood planning group, Region 14?
You know what? Good question,
Oh,
Levi.
I
Let me go
see.
ahead and verify that
That's
on
right.
there. We'll verify if that covers the whole county or just a portion that's in our part of the regional flood planning group.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, good point. Okay. Okay, anything else up through page 25? Okay, let's go through 35.
This is gonna be page 64, okay?
Okay, let's go through 45. Okay,
Before we jump too fast, I kind of missed. In table 112, page 22, you talk about especially grassland because that's a major component. Are you talking about the crops will be damaged or just the production? That's different because whatever the grassland may not be affected like other crops, can be damaged, total damages. Grassland may catch up after flood. So in terms of damage assessment or impacts, how you're going to evaluate this? I guess you might have explanation in later chapters, but I just want to point out here. It's because it's a major economic impact.
Correct. Yeah, we'll look at that.
Okay, thank you.
okay, Zipping, I'm sorry I'm going too quick for you.
No, that's all right. I kind of go through my page here. That's why kind of sorry.
Have you got anything else all the way through chapter or page 45?
I think we're okay. Go ahead.
We'll just stand by a minute, let you scan.
Just give me a
Okay.
quick minute, guys. One quick minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go through 55. Well, that's not going to work. Let's go to Appendix 1B, the existing flood infrastructure summary. Are there any comments within that summary? Appendix 1B starts on page 50. Okay. Let's go to Appendix 1C. And that's where my comment is on the first page of Appendix 1C. I remember we worked a lot with things that were outside El Paso County. And I don't see anything on there that's outside of El Paso County. And just for consideration, is there anything that might be brought forward to that page that could be put on that page that's outside El Paso County? Gilbert, that's probably your thought.
He might not be back.
Ooh.
Gilbert had wanted to. Alejandra, you're.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not sure what happened to Gilbert. But we
I'm back.
keep going. Oh,
Okay. I see you've put a note on the page. I'm just asking Gilbert for your thoughts. We did a lot of work trying to ensure that we covered things outside El Paso County, and I want to make sure that I'm just asking if there's anything that might be added to that page outside El Paso County. Or if nothing qualifies, then that's okay too, but I just don't want people to think we've overlooked.
Sorry, what did you ask me for?
Those.
No, and I agree with you, Dave. We'll go back and
Outside
look,
the
but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't think anything qualified, but we'll go back and look to see if we can get something out there outside of El Paso.
Okay, if it doesn't qualify, it doesn't qualify. I'm just asking the question.
No, I hear you and thank you. We appreciate that.
Okay.
Want to just check why, and I think.
How about,
something needs to be verified
appendix-
or something, or other.
Hold on. Alejandra, I think you're not on mute.
no, that's not me. I'm not on mute.
Okay.
That's not me.
Okay, thank you. Someone else is, okay, sorry about that.
Appendix 1D. Anything in Appendix 1D? Okay, I think that's the end of chapter 1. Anything we overlooked? Anybody have any comments that they now are thinking about for chapter 1? Somebody out there has a hot mic. Okay, let's see. I guess we have plenty of time. Are we ready to hit chapter 2? Alejandra, can you bring up chapter 2? Okay. My first thoughts on page 2-4. And I noticed that there's a different page numbering system in chapter 2 than there is in chapter 1. Gilbert, you might consider a numbering system in chapter 1 similar to chapter 2, 1-1, 1-20, whatever it might be.
Yes, sir. We'll go ahead and, coordinate all that, make sure all the chapters are the same, but I agree with you. I think the 2-1 and all that works better.
Yeah, I agree. And it lets you reference pages probably a little quicker too. I'm on 2-4. Does anybody have anything before page 2-4?
Okay, before we go further, look at the table of contents. It's page 2I. 2.22 is a data gap. Then you look at the 2.34 is data gap. Shall we keep it consistent, either subsection 2 or 4, instead of mixed 2.22 versus a 2.34, just for consistency?
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
okay, let's go to I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, page 24. Gilbert or Alejandra, where do in that table 2.2, where do the priorities come from and what do they mean? This is in the table at the bottom of page 24.
Let's look at the table real quick.
There you go, right there. There's some priorities that are in there, one being the highest, and priority one, one of them base level engineering floodplain NA, but then there's a priority 2 and priority 3, and I'm just wondering what did we use to establish the priorities and what do they mean? I mean, I understand 1, 2, 3 is one's better than 3, but I'm just asking.
Dave, I want to say those were some of the requirements we had in there from TWDB, but I'll go back and verify, as far as priorities in there.
Okay. So it wasn't something that we decided as a subgroup to establish priorities there? They came from somewhere else?
I believe so.
Okay.
But I will verify that for you.
Okay. Let's go through 215. Well, wait a minute. Let me get to the end of that set. Okay, through page 223. Anything through page 223? Okay. I have a comment on page 225. Anything before that? Gilbert, is there a map that shows the work areas, how they're laid out? In that left column, it's got work areas, and there's a lot of discussion about the work areas. Is there a map that shows the work areas?
I'm pretty sure we can come up with a map, Dave. But let me follow up on that. I'm not sure if there's a map exists, but if there is, we'll come up. If not, we'll see if we can come up with one to kind of help you guys out on that.
Yeah, it says that they're in size from an acre to, I can't remember where it was exactly, but there was a variation of size. And it wasn't, I think it'd be nice if there was some explanation of that so people understand what the work areas are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then for me on the next page, I would assume there's data available from a 2020 census, and I don't really understand why there is a difference in the 2020 column between the Texas Regional Water Plan for 2021 and the Texas Demographic Center, which is 2018. Both of them are listed as 2020 columns, and I would think those would be the same. I'm wondering what's the difference? Why are they all different? There isn't one of them that matches all the way down the page.
Right. We'll
That's
verify
weird.
that. I just thinking there are two different sources there that are, referencing different years, Dave, but we'll verify that.
Yeah, you did reference 2018 for the Demographic Center for out of 2018, but you also cited at the top of the column 2020. Maybe that's a 2018 column instead of a 2020 column under Texas Demographic Center.
Well, so maybe, Richard, do you know what source Water Development Board uses for their population projections?
For the future population projections, I know big picture, it comes from state demographer data that goes through the water planning process. And then through the water planning process that is allocated per region. And then it was reallocated to all the flood planning regions.
So these numbers don't have anything to do with the 2020 census?
I don't think so, because that data wasn't available for this cycle.
Well,
They
that may be
found
the
it.
explanation then. Okay, that explains the difference. Okay. All right.
Well, since we are here, I want to make sure you're using actors' whole county populations, but for impact for flooding zone, we need to be careful for only the section in our region. And eventually, I guess state need to incorporate, integrate together as a whole county impact. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because-
you're saying integrate the whole county impact, but at the same time, see what the impact is just for the area in our region,
That's
right?
right.
I mean, just for
Yeah.
the, yes.
Well, and those will probably be two very different numbers. Midland County, has probably the second largest population. A very small corner of that county is actually in our region. I think that'll be a significant difference in those numbers.
Thanks, Levi.
I guess there's one other thing, kind of a general comment that I need to make, and that is that 2.5 and 2.11 and 2.6 and 2.12 seem to be the exact same data for both current and future actions. And I don't know if there should be any difference or there shouldn't be any difference. But if you look at table 2.5 and 2.6, I think I'm saying this right. Let me go back and, yeah, table 2.6, and then you find exactly the same thing in table 2.6 and 2.12 are the same thing. And 2.5 and 2.11, those are the same thing. So one of them is existing and one of them is future, but I can't see any difference between those tables. So I don't know if there should be or shouldn't be. I think I said it right that time.
Yeah, Dave, can I add a comments here? I suggest if there's any changes, highlight these cells or bolded these cells. So that's bold the number if they are different. If they are same, then we don't need to repeat table, just say the condition is same as table 2.5 for table 2.11. There are some comments for later table too. I had same observation. Thank you.
Okay. We can do that, highlight changes between the tables.
That's right.
Yeah, as far as I could tell in a rough scan, they look to be identical to me, but may not. I might have just missed a change. Okay, and that addresses 2.5 and 2.11 and 2.6 and 2.12. Okay, anything all the way to the end of the chapter? Okay. Are we done?
Just a minute.
Anybody? Anybody have any comments that
Okay,
they,
uh, do you hear me?
yes?
Okay. Let's see, there are some editorial, I guess you're going to catch it, when you finalize it. There are two, in terms of terms you're using, you have, flood hazard, flood risks, and, just make sure, sometimes they are not exchangeable. I just want to make sure, I have highlighted some area, especially 2.2, 2.4. You started with flood hazard first, then you talk about flood risks. Just make sure what you really want to emphasize. I know you have definition in the front. Whether you want to have flood hazards as specific short section to cover it, because in your definition you do have it, then you just simply jump into the flood risks. So that's just general comments. Think about it. Then later tables. Okay, that's appendix. Yeah, appendix. You look at the existing conditions, then you look at the future conditions. You can see your population. I look at the El Paso specifically. The population affected will be increased. But in your table 2C, your population went back. So in terms of flood zone, I'm not quite sure whether you have a different table or just simply repeat. Let's see, the last table. I think it's a last. No, wait a minute. It's yeah, 2.2b. Yeah, 2.2b almost I think it's identical to table 1b, existing condition. Is that right? Or you may have different table you haven't replaced it. That's just make sure.
Right, we'll follow up on that, Dr. Singh.
Okay.
We'll make sure that those tables are correct.
Yeah, because that's I look at El Paso County as example because it's a larger population. It's exactly look at the 2B, your population is exactly as existing condition. But in your 2A, it shows population 200,000 within the 1% annual flood risk area.
We'll follow up and verify all that information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Overall, great. Very, very organized, easy to follow through. Thank you.
Thank you. So Annette, I've got are we done with comments here? And you guys are on mute, by the way. We can't hear you, Annette.
Sorry about that.
I did that. My apologies. Anybody else have any more comments on chapters 1 or 2? Okay, go ahead, Gil.
Okay, so with that being said, Annette, I've got a little updated schedule here for you guys that we're planning to move forward with. So for the next meeting we've got, which is Wednesday, 7/13, we're looking to cover chapters 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in that. And all the drafts here will be submitted by July 10th. If we can get them to you sooner, we'll do that. But that's the plan moving forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the meeting on 7/13, with drafts being submitted by the 10th. And then in moving forward, I know we have we'll have another meeting scheduled either the 7/19, 7/20, or 7/21. We're looking to cover the final the chapters 8 and 9 on that. And those drafts should be submitted and available to you all by the 16th of July.
On the 16th of July, 8, 9 are going to be provided. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Gilbert, what days for chapters 3 through 7 were going to be provided?
On the 10th.
We're gonna provide them on the 10th of July.
Okay, for the.
And
for
if
the
we
meeting-
can get them, if we can get them sooner, we'll get them sooner to you all, but that's our target date is July 10th for the 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then for chapters 8 and 9, we're looking at July 16th. And if we can get them sooner, we'll get them sooner. But I don't think we've set a date for that final chapters review. I know, Annette, I think you're working on maybe a doodle poll for that.
I'm verifying right now. I believe that I had, let me look for my email because I thought that in my email I had said that I gave the
Did you-
preferred date. So let me
me-
look for that.
Let me check real quick.
So I guess the question is, if 3 days is sufficient for the group to review chapters 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, if not, then we may need to revise that date.
How big are those chapters, Gilbert?
They're gonna be something similar to what these are.
Each
You
one
know,
of them will,
And I'd have to go back and check. Can I get back to you on that, Dave, to see which one is gonna be the longest one on there?
well, I'm just wondering if I'm retired, so I have plenty of time to do this. There may not be enough, for others to read through this, and actually do a good job on it. So I want to make sure that we have enough time. If they're formally out, if you can do it before that, it'd be nice, even if you release, 3 and 4 and 5, and then do 6 and 7 3 days prior or something, so that they're all out by then, but so we get a little head start if we can, that would be great.
Right. I mean, that's our thought. Try to roll them out as quick as we can to you all to give you all as much as we can
Okay,
to get those reviewed. So we'll definitely try, Dave.
okay, so 3 through 7 on 13 July, you'll have them out no later than the 10th.
Yes, sir.
And chapter 8 and 9, no later than the 16th, I guess you said?
16th? Yes, sir.
Yeah, we don't have a meeting scheduled for that.
Well, we were anticipating having, the second meeting was supposed to cover the remaining chapters, so we have to create a new date for 8 and 9, or we wait until the flood planning meeting, where all of AECom is there, and we can go over those last 2 chapters. In the poll, I had sent you the results, Gilbert. It looked like the 20th of July was the preferred time to
20th
meet
of
for
July?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, that'll work.
So
if
you'll
he's
have
out
4
by the-
days on that one. I'm just joking.
He's out by the 16th, the 20th of July works. Okay,
But on July 20th, that was gonna be our next general flood plan meeting, so we're not gonna have a meeting just to cover 8 and 9.
Right.
Unless you guys
It'll be
that.
covered on the general meeting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And if you guys are all right with that, we just need to make sure because our draft is due to Water Development Board on August 1st. And mind you, that's
Okay.
just a draft. We are going to get comments from them. And in the meantime, we can also address any additional comments the group might have after that.
yeah, that gives you 10 days, 11 days, yeah.
So then, just so I can recap to make sure I'm looking at this correctly, we're still gonna stay with our July 13th meeting at 9 a.m. And we're gonna cover chapters 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
on July the 20th, at our general meeting, where we're covering all other activities, we will also include as an agenda item, review of chapters 8 and 9.
Yes.
Okay, and that will be at
So-
9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. And I need to send out that invite for the 20th.
Okay,
I think we need to also just alert people that meeting on the 20th could be a little longer than what this one might have been if we're doing more than just covering the chapters.
Yeah.
We have general meeting stuff to do too, so it
Well-
might be a little longer.
we'll have the review of the expenditures. And besides reviewing chapters 8 and 9, what other agenda items do you anticipate? We would need to review 8 and 9 and need to approve.
We'll need to
the-
review 8 and 9, but I don't anticipate any other, other than voting action to be able to submit the August, draft to Water Development Board. You know, basically we'll ask for, hey, look, we're asking for permission to submit the draft with us, addressing the comments that have been, brought up into different meetings. It's basically the actions we're gonna need on there.
So maybe
But
by
I'll get you a list of agenda items here as soon as we can, Annette, as we move forward, but I don't anticipate any other action
and
items.
we don't have any presentations from the sponsoring entity, so that won't be as part of the agenda. But I think that maybe by having this meeting and the one on the 13th, we're really gonna shorten the timeline on the 20th, because you will have taken care of the majority of the questions that were going to be arising if we had it in a general meeting. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it's just 2 chapters.
Mhm. Yeah.
We did this 2 chapters in 40 minutes.
Yes. Okay. So then, if I may, real quick, if I can ask Richard just for his opinion. So with the items that were being presented by the members in terms of clarifications, corrections, do we need to do one big motion to approve all the items that were mentioned by the board members for them to correct?
In terms of editing what the comments that you guys gave today, that's up to you all if it decides if it needs a vote or action. I don't see an issue if you guys don't. But I think the critical opinion is that what Gilbert was saying on the July 20th meeting is, if you guys give any more comments on that day, approving to submit to TWDB the draft plan with the comments addressed that day to make those edits, giving them that a little bit more flexibility to submit by August 1st. Once the plan is submitted by August 1st, it essentially freezes in time for TWDB to review and for the public to review. Any more changes to the plan must come or must be addressing a public comment or TWDB comment.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So we don't need a
We don't need
motion
to,
to
no.
do anything. We're all finished?
And we did it before 11 o'clock. All right.
And just one more opportunity. If there's anybody from the public that would like to make any comments, I'll open the floor for that right now again. Okay, I guess I need a motion to adjourn then.
Well, before we close, Dave, let me just thank the Regional Flood Planning Group here. You know, thank you for reviewing the chapters. I know we got a lot more chapters to review. We'll try to get them out to you all as quick as we can. But I know it's a big undertaking, and we appreciate your time and comments on this. Thank you, Dave, rest of the group. Annette?
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see everybody again on the 13th of July at 9 o'clock.
Okay, motion.
All right.
Motion.
Motion to
Okay.
close.
Okay, we have a second. Sal second.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion and second. All in favor?
Bye.
Aye.
See you July 13.
Any opposed?
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you
Happy
on the
July 4th.
Thank you, guys. Have a
Everybody
great day.
Have a great weekend. Thank you. Thank you for
Bye.
sticking out.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe the holidays.
Thanks, Alejandra.
Mhm.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks.